Hello, I'm RJ from RJB Crafted. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a different video today. I am going to reorganize my original sewing space. My original sewing space consists of my domestic machine and a cutting table and all the tools needed to sew up projects. And then in late September of 2024, last year, I got an industrial sewing machine, and it's built into a table, and it's 4 feet wide and it's large, and really it was smelly at first when we got it with the oil, and we didn't want it in the bedroom because that's where the original sewing machine room is. So it's in the living room. And when I did that, I decided that I wanted to have my cutting table out in the living room. And it's just a second table, so I do still have the cutting table in the bedroom sewing area. And ever since I got the industrial, I set up that cutting table in the living room, and I haven't used the cutting table in the bedroom, and I've just been tossing things onto it and being very disorganized, and it's really cluttered. So today I'm going to declutter it, and you're coming along with me to keep me motivated, and I want to use the word accountable, but I really don't think that applies today because it's just a one-time thing. But maybe in future videos sewing on the domestic machine, you'll be able to see the cutting table, and hopefully it will still be clean and organized. That is a challenge because I work mostly in the living room now, and I need to organize that too. It's fairly organized, but the cutting table ends up getting quite cluttered on one half of it, and then I'm just working on just this teeny tiny other little half, and that needs to change. It's not optimal. You end up having to spend 15-20 minutes clearing a spot in order to cut fabric, when if it was already clean, you would have your project half cut already. And by half cut, I mean half cut out of the fabric, not half cut. Wink, wink. Anywho, I'm going to spin you around and show you the sewing area of the bedroom. Hang tough. Okay, I've got the phone on the tripod now, and I'm just going to try and move the tripod smoothly. I'm really not that great at it, but with practice will come, not perfection, but better. Anyway, so we're starting off in the first part on the right of the sewing. The white bookcase on the far right is my husband's clothing. Bottom shelf are buttons, and that's a drop in the bucket as to how many buttons I have. Then on the bottom shelf, we got the plastic bag on the left, and it's got cording and all sorts of things to make like paracord bracelets and stuff. Kind of got into that a few years ago, I think when the pandemic first struck, and it's kind of just sat there. The bottom bin is office supplies. We changed up the whole left wing of the bedroom a little over a year ago, and my desk, my huge desk with 1,000,000 drawers in it, was taken out of here because it was monstrous. And now I have a desk that doesn't have any drawers, so it's been a challenge. Anyway, so the bottom bin is marked office, and that's all the staples, staplers, thumbtacks, paper clips, paper, whatever. It's office supplies. Second bin, with a crochet hat in a bag beside it, waiting for the customer to pick it up, is fabric, and I haven't labeled it, but it's cotton and probably some cotton canvas, prints and solids. The next shelf has some office supplies. See, the things are crossing over. Yes, the desk is behind me with the computer on it, so it's a shared space, but I'd kind of like to have everything, have that office stuff next to the desk. Right now it's not feasible, but hopefully we can get a desk with a few drawers in it. I like my desk. It's cute. It's light gray, medium gray, and I like it, but and the price was right. It was on the side of the road. Anyway, the next bin has cotton fabric in it again and could have some cotton canvas in it. The third bin up there, fourth bin, but third fabric bin is marked seasonal fabrics and flannel. The flannel was gifted to me by a dear friend. I don't really have... Hi, baby. Here's my kitty. Lily. Look. Meow. Hi. Yeah, Mummy's cleaning up. Shocking, isn't it? Anyway, so the flannel I plan on using to make reusable Swiffer pads. Probably the duster ones, not the ones that go on the bottom of the sweeper. And then beside that flannel bin, there are more hats that someone wanted me to hold for them, and I don't really think they are coming for them. So they'll be making their debut at the farmer's market next week. Top shelf is, well, second to last top shelf is small bins. The bottom left is pom-poms. Next one is webbing and twill tape. Next one is snaps, which are plastic and magnetic. The next one up there is hardware, the square rings, the D-rings, slide adjuster, swivel clasps. On the right-hand side at the bottom is rivets. And then up above that is key fob hardware. And then there's a 2-pack of wooden dowels that I bought from the dollar store for whatever reason, I don't know. And then on the bookcase where all my husband's clothes are, those little urns in the bin are my precious kitties, Tabitha and Shadow, and their paw prints are in there. We used to have them on display, but we really don't have room for that now. Then over here, I've got a bunch of hats that I made late last year, and they need to go get hung up on hooks and then displayed. Optimally, I would like to be taking pictures of them all and listing it online, but hey, it just might not ever happen. Behind that big bag of hats are 2 bigger bins matching the gray ones on the shelving, but they are bigger. One has many pairs of jeans from my friend. She donated probably 15 pairs of her husband's jeans that were just past the point of repair, but the legs were perfect. And I mean, worn out in some areas, of course, but good, you know, from the knees down anyway. And so I've been making bucket hats, and I've been using some of the material for bags too. Awesome, thick, good quality material. It's been a lot of fun. The next bin has scraps of fusible fleece, interfacing. I really got to go through it because it's taking so much room, and I just keep cutting fresh stuff. And I know that you can overlap them a little bit depending on what you're interfacing. You do end up seeing a line bump in your work if you overlap. And I think I've seen a video on it where you take pinking shears and you pink the one side, pink the other, and then join them like puzzle pieces. And I haven't tried that yet. That requires a lot of time. Anywho, then on top of the bins is 2 flats, bundles, whatever, of boxes. And then on top of that is an Amazon box with the rolls from interfacing, the cardboard roll inserts. I'm keeping them because I keep thinking I'm going to roll my fabric around them, but they have a sticky spot on them, and I know I can easily take care of that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Hey, I just gotta do it. Jump in and do it. Anyway, then we come around here, and there's the foot pedal for the sewing machine and the internet and the modem and all that crap, whatever that stuff is. Then we've got Sophie, my domestic sewing machine, and I'm really good about hanging the scissors back up on the grid wall, and I see those little snips there and the what's that thing called? The seam ripper and some clips on there. I don't know why it's like that. I don't leave it like that, but it's like that, and I need to fix it. Then I've got, I'm gonna get closer here. I'm trying to be really stable here with the movement. This here is one of those under the shelf baskets, and you'd open up a cupboard up here and hang it on the bottom, and then it would be a basket that hangs here. I have found that they always sag at the bottom or at the back and aren't very stable. Well, I went and fed it through the grid wall and it's perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want a few more, but I bought that years ago and I know it was a dollar store, but I don't remember what one. But anyway, if you've got any of those shelves kicking around and you're just thinking, what can I do with it? Think outside the box. So I've got a roll of, that looks like fusible fleece. Yep. Fusible fleece. I usually have interfacing in there, but it's on the other cutting table in the living room. And then I've got a roll of Teflon sheet. It's 8 feet long, I think, and 12 inches wide. I've got it folded in half so that I can have half for the bottom of the project and half for the top, and then just sandwich it in there and iron things, iron the interfacing onto the backs of the fabrics and have everything protected. Works great. Love it. Let me come over here, and strangely enough, I have a mannequin head on the floor. He's supposed to be in my car, but he's not. His name's Dwayne. I got a four drawer plastic thing there, very helpful. I've got a label maker on the top that doesn't belong there. Got my little rivet setting tool there and an empty spool of thread, and my camera is not on the spot that I'm talking about. Got my little thread catcher there, a timer that I don't use. I thought I would do the Pomodoro method. Nope. I tried it for a couple days, haven't tried it since. Then I've got that little pink organizer thing that I put random things in there, usually marking pens and a turnout tool and my lighter. Then I've got my clip-on lamp. I've got purse handles that I bought from a garage sale, double-sided tape, quilting rulers, rotary blades, scissors, pinking shears, fold-over elastic. They're odd colors because it's baby colors. It's Babyville, I think it's called. And I bought so many because they were 25 cents a pack. And I just had to take it. I haven't used any of it yet, but I want to do it when I get into making bound bags. And I haven't bit the bullet on that one yet, but that's coming soon. And here is my table of shame. It's terrible. Underneath it, those two little bins on the left used to be what I had my fabric in. And that was it. I had one for prints and one for solids, and that was it. That was probably a year and a bit ago. And now I have everything I've shown you. And maybe in this video, I will show you my living room setup, because that's where all the vinyl is. That's where all the fun, yummy stuff is. Not to say that cotton fabric isn't fun, because it is, but not as fun as vinyl. Then I've got my more scraps for fusible fleece and interfacing, and then the 2.5-inch strips for quilting, I guess, in the bottom. A friend of mine gave me that. And just various sewing supplies. And then I got bins there, that cotton batting, polyfill, and I don't remember what's in the bottom one off the top of my head right now. But here is the main focus of the day. That gray thing hanging on the wall is got magnets in it, and it is an ironing mat. And you can hang it up and then put your dress shirt or whatever on it and steam it if you need to. And there's the light switches and the thermostat. Anyway, that's the main focus. That's what I'm going to work on today. Then over here, quick glance, we got the office stuff that needs to be really, really, really organized better. And then quick glance at my desk. And this is a bad habit of mine. Here's an old kitchen chair we have, and I put that at the door. That is a door to the outside. I put that at the door when the door is open for my cat, Lily, to hang out on, and that's her blanket and her towel. Underneath it is a weighted blanket that we bought, and I tried it once and I didn't like it, so it hasn't been put back in the packaging, but it needs to, and it's so heavy. Oh my gosh, I need my husband's help, and I keep forgetting to ask him to help me. Then this is where having a craft space of any kind in your bedroom where the two paths cross and shouldn't. I end up throwing my clothes that have just been worn for a few hours or even a day, but they're not dirty. I throw them on the chair. When I need the chair, they get picked up in one armful and thrown on the bed. And then they go back on the chair when I'm done, when I need the bed. And it's awful. It is not a fun way to live. and I'm going to take care of that today too. But today the focus is the table, the cutting table. And I don't think I'll do the chair putting my clothes away on camera. That's really boring. But it'll be interesting to see what I uncover under that table. I thought I bought a 2-pack of awls with like the wooden handle. And I had one and I thought I put it over on the cutting table. And then I ended up piling and piling and piling stuff, and I could only find the one, and I can use one at the domestic sewing machine and one at the industrial, and I could not find it. I kept lifting stuff up on that table, could not find that all, and then it turned out it was just in a bin in the living room. So I have them both, so they've been rescued. And if you see that plant on the far right, or there's a couple of them, they're not real. They are supposed to be for photography backdrops for my product. Anywho, without further ado, I'm going to dig in. I'm wondering if you should be on the short side of the table. Or if I should be on the short side of the table. I think maybe I should be on the short side of the table. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I need a box to put everything in first. That might be the plan. Got my trusty cup of coffee here, the one that says Sewing Room Forecast, Panic with a Chance of Progress. I can't see it being even any more fitting than right now. Good stuff. Move that mouse, put it on my desk. Here we go. So here I have fabric cut out for a bucket hat, but it has not been interfaced. And I don't really know how I'm going to do this, but anyway. This is cardstock. It's gotten a little bit warped. I found it, can't remember where I found it. I think it was in a box that was just thrown to be put somewhere at some point, and it wasn't. If it doesn't belong on here, I'm going to throw it in here. Yeah, the hat fabric does belong. Maybe I'll put it right there. Does belong on the cutting table because it needs interfacing and all that. But anyway, these are gift boxes. They don't need to be on here. Here is a quick with interfacing in it. This is when a few months ago we were having a ton of power failures. So I've got clip-on lights, batteries, chargers, and all that stuff. So that's in here, and I really don't want to put it in the laundry basket because it might stay there for a long time. I'm going to throw it on the chair. This is extra fabric that I cut out and interfaced for an acacia crossbody bag pattern that I made. And I ended up miscalculating how much I needed. But it's not going to go to waste. It's just going to have to find a different pattern. Or I could do another acacia. But I'll have to see. Bright orange is a tough sell. Put it there. Here is a finished bucket hat. I did a tutorial with this fabric on this very bucket hat. The Wild and Crazy. And the subtle. I don't know which one you want to see, but I'm going to put it on. You can flip up the brim. And there you go. So that is ready for the market. I will throw it over there, toss it. Glass cleaning rag, that does not belong. You know what? Right, it goes in here. Fabric. Pretty, pretty fabric. 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 Interface little panel for something. Another glass cleaning cloth. Receipts. I really shouldn't move these because it's income tax time. So I need to make sure that... What you doing there, kitty? You're in my way. You are in my way. I don't know where I'm going to put my fabric. Oh, come on. Receipt after receipt after receipt. See? This is the level of organizing that I did. I mean, I didn't organize at all. I just tossed fabric, 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 fabric. It's all fabric. Hopefully no spiders. We live pretty close to the ocean. And spiders like moisture. So why are there so many spiders in Australia? I do not know. Black camo Christmas. Red background with a ton of knitted hats on it. I don't knit, but I crochet, and I crochet hats. And some fabric fell in the bin there. There's that. Here's a bucket hat that I haven't started selling them online yet, but I'm going to. This, I wanted to see. I didn't want to have to pay for shipping for them in their upright, head-shaped configuration. So I folded it nicely in twice. I folded it twice and flattened it and put it in a Ziploc bag. And I took it out. It's been in here for a couple of weeks, and I took it out the other day. And it looks great, because I was afraid that what if somebody bought it that doesn't have an iron? Like, what's the wrinkle quotient going to be? And it's not bad. There's an ID badge holder thingy. Ziploc bags. A Ziploc bag full of clothespins. More fabric. I'm going to have to scooch past you and put it over here. Tiny little bin thing with containers. Stuff that does not belong on here. More fabric. Well, I mean, at least a lot of this stuff. This is cotton batting. So let's scooch past you again. Fabric that I bought for a photography background, and it's just not going to work. So it's not. It didn't work for photography. Why do I have that? Recycle. Bing. Recycle. Jeez. Ooh. Empty bag. More fabric. Oh. Yee. More bucket hat pieces cut. I kept them in bags marked small, medium, or large, so that I knew at a glance what they were. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Fabric interfacing, more interfacing. I think that's the stuff I just stuffed there. Pattern pieces. Plastic bags. Grip liner stuff. I cut it in half to have the other half under my foot pedal. Pliers. Sunglasses. A shopping bag full of stuff. Oh, there's my stapler. Didn't work all that well anyway, and I bought a different one and I like it even better. Kino selection slip. Receipts. Me and my husband like to play cards, and I keep score, so those are some score sheets. Here's, I bought a thread holder thingy, like the big cone thread for the domestic, and I decided to just keep the packaging. And another pattern that can go in there. This basket is getting full. Notes, recycle, fabric, a bag I made that I don't like the color combo, but the bag turned out cute. I just don't, and I don't like purse straps that attach to the side like that. They just, once you have it on you, it doesn't sit properly. So there's some that. Baseball cap, a botched bag of the same pattern. Oh, minky fabric. Soft, but that's for photography. Scrap fabric and vinyl. Recycle. Recycle. Sorry if that was loud. Oh, I bought these iron-on letters. Oh, this one. It's the letters of the alphabet, capitals. Don't know if you can really see that, make it out. Animal prints on it. I think it's very cute. I don't want to take a bucket hat. I thought about them for bucket hats, and I don't want to take a bucket hat and put a bee on it in case, like not a bumblebee, but the letter B. I don't want to put a B on it or an R or whatever in case the one who loves it's name begins with a K. Who knows? So I was thinking of maybe just cutting them out individually and selling it as an add-on. 25 cents, 50 cents, whatever. I don't know. And that can get hung up on the grid wall. And here's some more fold-over elastic. And here's a really tiny baby scrap that's interfaced. Fabric recycle. Yeah, feasible, please. Piece of a bucket hat. Measurements. Patterns. Plastic. Interface. This isn't fun. I'm not having fun here. Not having fun. I'm trying to just grab all the fabric-y stuff. Bucket hat. That one's been sitting there a while. In plastic, so that's good. What a mess. You know, I'm thinking maybe I should have had it all cleared, like, and then take it out. Oop, that was fusible fleece. I might be getting confused here. Interfacing, fusible fleece, interfacing. Vinyl. Vinyl. Ooh, another thingy. Elastic or something. What's that? Ooh, denim. Ooh, it's ready for a bag of some sort. It's the gusset. So I've got half projects started here. Woo! I did not make that. Thank you, cards. Stuff. A little bit of a zipper. Oop, garbage. One went in, one didn't. Cardstock. Paper, a lid. Receipts. I don't even want to know how much I've spent lately. More scorecards, more receipts. More receipts. More receipts. What is this? Oh, all my little zipper ends. I keep them all. Don't ask me why. Well, I mean, I thought they could be a design feature on a bag. And got a ton of them. Scrap, scrap. Recycle. I bought these things, it's called quilt scents, and this is a 2.5 cut square. I thought it could help me with boxing corners, but I haven't used it yet. But then shortly after I bought that, I got the industrial machine, and those are labels. A rock. Some lady gave it to me at a craft fair, not last year, but the year before. It's a ladybug, and it says on it, kindness rocks. And it does. And I carried it with me at all the craft fairs last year, but every time I opened up the drawer that it was in, it's so heavy that my drawer like threatened to pop out. So I took it out. Plastic. That's just a scrap to practice thread on. That didn't go in. Fabric. Paper. Oops. Plastic. Plastic is recycled. Fabric stays in my hand. Let's work on what's right in front of me. Stuff. Receipt. Oh yeah, those are mine. Contact lenses. Don't know if they were right off or not. Probably not. I switched to progressive glasses a couple years ago, and watching my hands sew, pushing the fabric, makes me nauseous now. So I had to switch to contact lenses, which I'm totally fine with. Paper towels. Category list. Ooh, this light is really cool. I bought one last year for all the power failures we were having. It's battery operated. It's got 3 modes on it: off, auto, and on. Auto is motion sensing and didn't work all that great. I'm going to put it over with the power failure survival kit. Ooh. Recycle. The packaging for those quilting squares. Stay in front of you. That is on the floor now. Pant leg bottom, hem. Thread. Is that it for thread? Yeah. There's a container in the floor there, but all these pens, and they're not for sewing. There's a stylus. These are just all pens. Stitch marker. Garbage. D-ring. A magnetic snap that everything is attached to. D-ring, swivel clasp. Garbage. D-ring. Scooch past you there. I can recycle that. And look at this. There's a garbage can right here. And I'm leaning over. Another glass cloth. Little triangle pouch I bought. I didn't buy it, I made it. Horribly made. First one I did. I've got tiny those little rubbery hair elastics. The teeny tiny ones. Thread. Right in the garbage there. Fabric and everything. We're making progress. This is awesome. Look at all these scraps and everything. Zip tie. Interesting. Alligator hair clips. I used to crochet flowers. I mean, I still crochet flowers. And I used to hot glue them to those alligator clips and then just have floral hair clips, but I don't do that anymore. But maybe I will, just to get rid of it. This is a tape roll, end of the roll, more fabric and interfacing. So now I'm getting my table cleaned off, and my bed over here is full of fabric. Oh, a bag of bags. One of those, oh, it's a round one. That's fun. A round quilting piece thingy. Paper. Business card. Things. Oh, my rubber mallet for rivets. Ruler. Ooh, marking tool. Probably dried out, but we will see. It's going to go in that pink thing. I don't know if you can see it. This is a dotting tool. Bigger dot, smaller dot, and I bought it to help me push, you know, just be my extra hand for sewing. Didn't really work all that well, so I'll put it there anyway. Here's a strap I made that ended up not, I don't know what it ended up being. More fabric. Oh, pen. This is from the dollar store. It's like, I think it's for clay, but I was using it as a turning out tool. It works okay. Zipper ends. Not like I need any more. I bought this from the dollar store. Geometry thing. For curves. I'll keep it. All this cardboard. All these cardboard pieces were to mark my pieces of fabric. Hair time. Zipper, zipper. Swivel clasp, slide adjuster, plastic bags, all that stuff for recycle. I know the recycle stuff's on the floor. I just stepped on a bunch of it, but that was a big chunk or a big stack of them, so. And we got Ziploc bag. These are like index cards, blank ones. Same stuff, same stuff. Fabric. Cardstock. Plant, and plant. Fabric. Where did I put all my zipper stuff? I guess it's all in my hand. Maybe I never put it anywhere. And now that pouch of them is buried in the laundry basket. Another ruler. Ziploc bag. Little 2-drawer thing from the dollar store. Very cute. It's got safety pins and paper clips in it. And a lot more pens. Where did I put all my pens? On the bed. It's almost completely clear. I love it. I need another cutting mat. There's one under the sewing machine there, but it's quite small. But the reason it's under the sewing machine is because I have my ironing board here. Want to move it a little bit. The iron teetered and then crashed onto the sewing machine table and put a dent in it. And it's new. It's like less than a year old. So I was pretty upset about that. And I wanted to just cover it up, hide it, be done. Just get these things off of here. I went to get my Swiffer when I saw that he was calling. Those plants are so cute. I don't like plants. I really don't. And I really don't like gardening or anything like that. Those are cute. I'll sweep that up later. Of course, I'm putting it right where I'm walking, so I'll traipse it all through the room. So fun. There we go. I think I'll go get a damp cloth. I don't know. I need a couple of tables for the farmer's market. I might end up taking this one instead of the one in the living room, because that one gets used all the time. Mind you, when I'm at the farmer's market, I ain't using a cutting table. That was just a paper towel. Now that is really wet, and I can't put anything on there because I didn't use damp. I went sopping. So the fabric that I moved over to the bed can go in a bin. And unfortunately, I will just stuff it in there for another day. But at least I got to the bottom of this. My husband will be very shocked. And then I've got this laundry basket full of stuff to deal with. And that's for another day. Yeah. I'm gonna put it up here. It's a laundry basket. It can get wet on the bottom. It's fine. I'm gonna put things away. It might not all go away, but I'm gonna start anyway. These little Ziploc bags. Anything paper or cardboard is just gonna go in my hand things that I'm just not sure of. Glass cleaning cloth. You know what? Paper. Just put it in here so I don't have to hold all of it. Zipper pouch. Literally. Excuse me. Don't know if you heard that. That was my knee that popped. Oh my gosh. Microwave. Oh my gosh. I had a good sleep last night too and still can't keep my thoughts straight. Not microwave, recycle. Just thinking of keeping it. You know what? I'm recycling that too. This is from the pattern I drafted and I'm not going to make it. I know I will not make it. And it's just on the floor, so I will change my mind. Pliers. It's not organized right now, but I'm just going to throw it up there. Sunglasses. Office stuff. Papers, office stuff. You know what? I might need to. So I'm not going to stuff that in there. Recycle. Recycle. Keep. Pattern. Why am I putting that in the recycle pile? I'm going to get confused. Over there. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. I know what you're thinking. Ooh, she's piling everything up on that. This goes in the office stuff, so I'm counting it as paper. Glass cleaning cloths. Fabric. How did you get... Oh, yeah, that's the stuff that dropped. I'm going to ball it up and try and throw it onto the bed. I made it! Right to the top. Kitchen. Oh, that's recycled, not the little container, but the stuff in it. And the boxes. Gift boxes. Oh, we got smaller ones. Oh, no, that's cardstock. So this is office stuff. Paper and statements and stuff that aren't for income tax. So I'm just going to put it over by the desk. And that's kitchen. I'm going to throw it onto the bed. Yay! This hangs up in my closet for when I do laundry. It's on the other side of the bed. Plastic. Wet. Can go in there. The laundry basket can come down. Just out of the way. I'm going to put this for a spare in my drawer. Hat. Bed. Sunglasses on my head. Photography backdrop. I don't know. Bathroom. This. Probably garbage. Probably garbage. You might hear some static about that, but it's It was hanging in a window for a while. Actually, this one, if you can see it, this was one of my very first sewing projects. Man, did I botch it. That's actually not the right door for it, though. We had the door replaced since I did that. This is elasticized cording that was on the bottom of a pair of leggings. And I took out the elastic thinking, oh, it's going to be fine, and they're awful. So this is a wallet. Goes in the living room. Ooh. Page protector. A lid to a bin that, I don't know. And my alligator hair clips. Throw them in. Oh, that's where these things go. There we go. And I'm just going to throw these little plants back up here because they're cute. And this coffee cup with stuff in it. Garbage can goes there. See if I can pick up Dwayne. Here's Dwayne. I named him Dwayne because to me he reminded me of The Rock when I opened up the box he was shipped in. I'll just put him there for now. I've got my zipper thingies here. This thing is full. The first little zipper pouch that I used, that I designated for zipper ends, I've even got a little keychain on here. It says zipper ends. I have graduated from the tiny little boxy pouch to this, and this is full. And it goes in there. And these are going to get hung up on a thingy here. This one doesn't have its package anymore. That table, that wetness is lingering. Anywho, I'm going to tidy up the rest of this on my own time. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, please. And subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. This isn't my normal content, but I thank you for the push to do it. I'm not finished, of course. I think I just said that. Still have the sewing machine, that. Not even looking at the office area. But table looks great. Take care. Bye.